Hello and welcome back to TATW Divide and Conquer, where we continue with the Angmar campaign. And where we left off, we had taken Zagkala, not by force unfortunately, we just had a massive army, stood it there, they didn't even try to fight back, the fools. But yeah, we're now making a lot of money. But another thing that scares me, is then we tried to make the try to ask for the alliance with the dwarves, we couldn't get the alliance because of a small mistake I made with a faction that banners still exists, Dale. Because I allied with Dale, and their faction was destroyed, the AI of Med 2 still believes that I'm an ally to that nation, even though it no longer exists. So they're never going to want to ally with me, and they're always going to hate me. And sharing a border with them is a bad idea. And unfortunately that is two different regions that we hold a border with, so as much as it pains me to do this, as stupid as this may look, and I'm fairly certain a lot of you guys who are going to watch are going to hate me for doing this, and immediately just going to start watching, because I feel like I would if I was in this situation and I didn't really know what Erebor was going to do next. But they've allied with Gondor. They've allied with Rune, who have all the regions to the east that Erebor haven't already claimed. Then they're allied to the Woodland Realm. And then they're also allied to Lorien. And Lorien might come to attack us, and we're going to have to fight back. And yes, we could very well stand against Lorien. Because even though they're a strong faction in the end, they've only got free regions now. 3 regions for a faction, even an elven faction, is not going to be enough to stop a faction with 3 currently full stack armies and some more on the side. But the main thing I was trying to say is we need to give away Witherboard and an Ozanar to a different faction. And I thought, let's try and stir the pot a bit. The Woodland Realm are currently allied to the dwarves. However, if I do this right, correct, as a military access, and I'm going to give you a Ozanar and Witherboard. But for these regions, you're bankrupt. It's good to know that now. I want a region in return. No, I don't. No, I really don't. I want map information and a regular tribute of 1,000 for 50 turns.
No, we cannot.
Okay, military access. If you an Ozanar with a board. A tribute of 1,000 for 20 turns. How about that?
I am not quite able.
Okay, that just means they can't pay for it. So you know what? I want military access. I'll give you a Witherboard and Ozanar for it. How about that?
How could an honor and a pleasure?
It may seem so stupid to be doing this, because obviously, because the main thing is those 2 regions likely aren't going to last there, aren't going to be there forever. I don't know why I kept you around. You should be gone. But yeah, if my calculations are correct with this, Erebor now is currently only has 1 enemy, Dol Guldur. That only holds 2 more regions, and once they're gone, their only neighbours will be Lorien, the Woodland Realm, Rune, Gondor, maybe Mordor if they push back out again, and Rohan, which means they'll go to war with one of those factions. Because knowing Erebor, they're going to be expansionists. They're reaching their end game requirements. So giving these over to the elves denies them this. Denies them these regions, but more importantly, if they want those regions, they're going to have to fight, or if they want to attack us, they're going to have to fight through the Woodland Realm to do so. Again, half of you are probably not going to think what I'm doing is right. I may be making terrible mistakes by giving away 2 of my regions, but if it means I can focus down in the south and focus down Dunland, Isengard, Khazad-dûm, and what's left of the Yorks and Misty Mountains, it's worth it. Okay, rant and explanation out of the way. Let's get into the first fight. The army of Agandal shall fight the High Chieftain of the Orcs. Faction leader against faction leader. Who will win? The armies are relatively the same size. However, we have many, many more units. More elite units with the trolls. Let's get into it. I perceive the Dark Lord and know his mind, or all of his mind that concerns the elves, and he gropes ever to see me on my fort, but still that door is closed. By denying Erebor a chance to attack us, we deny them a chance to get their 30 region requirements without fighting another faction. And by doing so, they will have to go to war with someone. It'll likely be Rohan. No, enough with the introduction, enough about explaining things. Let's get into the battle, shall we? Archers behind the pikemen. Marauders on one side. Scourge Raiders and Gunnerbad Guard on the other. Generals behind. Guardians of Kharnum to the left. Let's begin. And they are in a very, very odd position. The trolls immediately charge into those Bolgs champions. Do not give them a chance to come near us. Wait, their faction leader is literally in the very front. Why? Or is he the one back here? Wait, no, I saw a general stripe somewhere. There we are. Can't actually tell because all generals on the battle map look the same. So this could be who I'm looking for at 78, but it also could be this one who's at a number I don't know. All you on guard mode. There you go. I was wondering why I was missed sound. So I'm select, let's see if that slows some things down. And it does. Excellent. Oh, those Bolgs champions getting pummeled into the dirt. Didn't even stand a chance. I move the trolls back as the champions attempt to retreat. Are they going to retreat, or are they just moving around a lot? Let's just stop current orders, so once they get into range, they won't shoot the pikemen. There are the halberds. We want to try and bring them down as well. And there's taskmasters. Just split your attention, because they're now getting too close to shoot. The cave trolls deal with the wild riders. And the snow trolls back for other things. Is the best way to state. Prepare to trample them from the rear, or even just the flank. Now focus all your attention upon the halberds as the taskmasters are too close. Let the pikemen deal with them. That's just the infantry, so yeah. They've just got a general right there. I'm just gonna trample him. Black Hand of Mordor. Oh, they charge into the pikemen. But even the Bog's Champion's charge is nothing to that of a pike. Couldn't even kill one. Yeah, he still charges further in, and that's the last we'll see of them. Hopefully. On the Black Guard, deal with those halberds before they reach the Black Guard. Then I might call them the Black Guard, the Guardians. Oh, you're not the Black Guard, you're the Witch Realm. Marauders. Yes, the Trolls are battering down the bodyguard of this orc fool. Who dared to stand in front of the mighty region of Zagkala. More importantly, the mighty region that belongs to us, and no other. So we charge into those crossbowmen. My guardians, you know what to do. More infantry charging in, and I'll get the same thing as the rest of them did. A pike to the face. And nothing more. Losing currently only 2%, and they've lost 22%. Balance of power is very much in our favour. Oh, they bring up Mountain Orc Hunters. We know do a better time than out of the Orc Bodyguard. They are wrong to assume such things. And the Guardians smack into the side of the heavy goblin crossbowmen. Charging through over half of the unit. Hardly anything remains of them. Out you go. More lambs to the slaughter, I say. Send in the cave trolls to deal with the orc bodyguard and heavy goblin infantry. The other unit of marauders attack that unit of goblin infantry. And have our generals charge through the pike wall into the goblins. Don't give them time to get a second wind. Bring them down now. The heavy goblin archers fire their poison arrows into our front line. They will see no dawn. Only bloody murder awaits these fools now. As the inferior goblins dare to tag the snow trolls, yet brought down in great numbers. Move out, and then charge into the other unit of heavy goblin archers. And the temple wards and the barrow wights enter combat. Taskmasters try their best to rally the troops, while the faction leader holds on to what he has left, while either being surrounded entirely by trolls or more trolls. 2 more trolls fall this day. And 1,000 more orcs will be the price for this. 61% loss, and we've only lost 4%. That just shows how elite this army is against any orc army. That's the only problem. These are only the orcs of the Misty Mountains. These are the weakest of all the orc nations. And even then, that's not exactly a challenge compared to that of a dwarven nation. If we were to face an elite dwarven army with this army, I'd say the first thing I'd say is 1, we need siege equipment. 2, more armor piercing. And 3, I would not use archers for anything. Anything against the dwarves. Oh, and trolls, I just keep them to deal with any big threats. Mainly generals. Take 1 unit of snow trolls to help deal with the orc bodyguard. There's another unit of orc bodyguards somewhere. Can't see where. Wait, are they just here? Are they both here? No, that's only one. So where's the other? Have they already routed? That would explain a few things. Oh, those taskmasters need to be silenced. Oh, wait, no, he'd be here. How is he still alive? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, well. All goblins come to meet with the remaining warg riders to help deal with the trolls. But they were already too late. Oh, there he is. That's either the faction leader or just another general. Well, either way, I'm fairly certain once the faction leader dies here, that's the end of the Orcs and Misty Mountains. So I don't believe they have any other generals that can fill the bill, as it were. Come on, Gon, you've done great work this battle. Keep it up. Luckily, trolls can't hurt your own forces in this game, unlike in TLD. Trolls are your greatest ally, but your biggest problem in TLD. Oh, the first units begin to break. See, that old bodyguard's been fighting for so long, that has to be the faction leader. But to be honest, they both fought for so long. A valiant last stand by the orcs. But they should have already known by now the mountains belong to us. Yeah, that was only... Oh, that was the chieftain. Okay. Oh, and that was that. Okay, that was the chieftain. So the high chieftain is over here. Gonna move out the guardians, and there he goes, flattened like a pancake. And like that, the rest of them rout, losing only 74 against the same number as we started with. Healing a few Scourge Raiders. We can regain a Troll and the Gundabad Guard. A couple of which were Marauders, and quite a few pikemen too. Even the most subtle spiders may leave a weak thread. A wick thread? Why did I say wick? Hilarious. Let's see what happens now. The faction A and the faction leader dead. The faction remains intact. For now. And there they go. But I knew they wouldn't last. It's kind of obvious. What will the dwarves do? Now, well, obviously they're going to take Khazad-dûm West without even lifting a finger. The cave trolls are the one threat, and there's only one unit of them in a whole army of raiders, so yeah. Expect them to die. But what do we do now? What we've got, and what we know, our northern/eastern border is secure. Rakiberg and Danes Halls. And we're building quite a few units. Snow Trolls, Rudar Swordsmen, Cavalry. And we're still making over 10,000. And that's only going to increase the more stuff we make. So where do we move Drangu? I think we're going to move south to set up another watchtower. So we can keep an eye on if the dwarves do move to Zadkala. Drangu's army is going to reside within Zadkala, but the most elite units... Oh, actually. Yeah, that's a problem. We've got the Witch Realm units here, and the Cave Trolls, and Ballista. Those Ballista we're going to need. We're going to need... Place the army here so I can get the Ballista out from Meifelberg. Get the Ballista out from Goblin Town. So then, our two greatest rivals are no more. Although, possibly our greatest enemy lies right ahead of us. Because I've only ever beaten Khazad-dûm once in a previous campaign. But what came after was absolutely devastating. Because not only do you have to defeat the armies that defend Khazad-dûm, when they start bringing out their expedition units, or armies, you've got to start fighting them off as well. Literally one after the other, after the other, after the other. And you have no real time to prepare, I believe. Which what makes trying to take Khazad-dûm East so difficult. Obviously, killing off the orcs, Khazad-dûm now have no allies and no enemies. However, we definitely should feel like public enemy number one with what we've done against them. We've reached the Misty Mountains, although I don't see how we haven't already. And the elves are looming. Looming over what? I don't know. They could be attempting to attack Khazad-dûm. If they do, I'll send them a nice post-it note saying thanks for the help. Could also move Haku to try and help. I think at this stage right now, we prepare for whatever the AI is going to do. Because we can't simply just go down here and attack it, because by the time we get there, someone else will have already taken Khazad-dûm West. But that's what I want to happen. I want either Khazad-dûm to take Khazad-dûm West, so that they can start war with Imladris, or Dunland, or Lorien, or Rohan. They have no allies and no enemies, but they are so strong. With only one region, and with what they have, they are still so overpoweredly strong. if we brought everything together, they would beat us. We have to beat. We have to do what the orcs did to Baal in all those in a different timeline. We have to ambush him. We have to take him by surprise and take him out bit by bit. No exceptions. And like I said, against dwarves, goblin archers will do nothing. 2 missile attack from 200 archers against 30, 40 total defense, with most of which is armor and shields. Arrows without armor piercing, or without a high missile attack like a ranger unit or a elven unit, don't bother using archers. Take some melee infantry, take pikemen, take armor piercing, take shock cavalry, take just take trolls. Another Moot Lord of Enerdwyth are dead. Enerdwyth don't really like us, but Linden like us. Got more pikemen. But yeah, these Witch Realm pikemen are going to be our godsend. Because even though Rudar pikemen are good, they won't ever be able to deal any damage to the dwarves. They can hold the line forever. But unfortunately, forever doesn't count as being forever. They can hold out for a long time, but if the dwarves destroy everything else around them and start surrounding the pikemen, that's it. The pikemen are dead, and everything else is as well. So we take our ballistas, and take out the archers, throw them in some bargain bin for when we fight a different faction. Yeah, already, first turn, Khazad-dûm already have Khazad-dûm West. And already their numbers have been split in half. By attacking one of the 2 regions, they will have no way to support the other. And that is where our victory lies. In the fact that they are now split in 2. And attacking either of those splits could mean we win. And we have 6 units of ballista we can now start using. Morholt will be better holding Zagkala. Unfortunately, he's an amazing general, and his special ability is even better, but yeah, temporary fatigue reduction and 100% army combat. But as an archer unit, there's only so much you can do. If I can't find any space for him, if I can't find any space, sorry, if there's an empty slot in an army, I'll put him in there. Because he is an amazing general as well. He could actually lead the second army with Drangu. I think he will as well. Agandara and Hoonvorn, Morholt and Drangu. The question is, what units do we put where? This army is going to house most of the pikemen and armor piercing units. Drangu is going to be the one that goes west. Agandara will have to hold Zagkala in the east. Because look at this. Something tells me the elves are not liking the dwarves right now. And something tells me the dwarves aren't liking us right now either. Because they're coming straight for us. They are moving straight for us. Can I move any of these closer? Oh yes, I can. Get them in. Get them in so we can start talking to, getting them in the armies. Give the snow trolls over to this army, but they give us 2 units of cave trolls. Because the trolls are just great line breakers for any dwarven unit. The best thing though is when I look at these army compositions. Only 1 unit scares me, and that's the Dragon Slayers of Ered Mithrin, sorry. But if you look at most of their stats, half of it, over half, is armor. So armor piercing, like Scourge Raiders, Marauders, Trolls. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. But archers with 2 missile attack and 6 total defense against 7 armor, 8 armor, 6 armor, 19 armor, 20 armor. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. If I needed to have another army just to take out a smaller army, then yeah, perfect.
Get ready for fighting.
So I can maneuver them quicker. Because dwarves are super slow. They're slower than orcs, and orcs are slow. So we're training those cave trolls over there. Rakierberg, I'm going to get the armory, because you're going to start being one of my frontline defences. At Flog, you're just going to move into Dane's Halls. In fact, no, you're going to leave your halberdiers behind in Dane's Halls, but you're going to take the garrison at Rakierberg. Take out those skirmishers, so there's still free upkeep for you. This is probably the most strategic I've ever had to play as Angmar. Sorry, not as Angmar, but just in general, trying to record as well. Because we could be, if the 2 elven nations do what I'm praying they do, they will attack Khazad-dûm. They'll attack Khazad-dûm and they'll attempt to actually take the regions from them, but they will fail. That's the problem, though. They'll inevitably fail. In Nodris, with the numbers they have and the strength they have, they could take west. But east is far too defended. Lorien, what do you want? Please tell me it's an alliance. No, I'm not interested. Go away. Thank you. Oh, we need to be really, really careful now. I willingly gave up the Withered Heath so that my faction could fight for another long episodes without having to worry about Erebor. But we'll have to fight Erebor in the end. Okay, Rune like us. But... oh, what are they doing? I didn't think they'd do this. This is expansionist work here. They're preparing to move out. I'm very certain they're coming for us, aren't they? Captain Gurns is going to sit there. His army isn't a threat right now, where he is. Somehow Gazmus' army has grown bigger. I don't like that at all. Give us weakened marauders over to Zakala. Or to Agendour. Because they can be retrained eventually. I was thinking these guys can be retrained now too. Because this area is now just a new hub for creation. Which I completely forgot about until now. So let's actually merge these together. And those 3 can go back in. Can we train them in the future? Actually, no, we can't. I'm going to do that instead. And move them over. Okay, we've got 2 more ballista. There's 2 ballista there. Pikemen, Marauders, and Cave Trolls. The Pikemen and Marauders can join with Agendour. Cave Trolls can join with Morholt. So we've got those trolls back. Got some ballistas here, have them join with Morholt. And that is a full stack. But we can Merge those Warg Riders together. So this unit of Warg Riders can go to Goblin Town to be retrained. There's more things like Cave Trolls and Ballistas on the way. There's Guardians going to Zakala, so they can merge with the other units. But then those two will have to go, because I can't retrain them anywhere other than Khandu. And it's better to just get a new unit than to have to keep moving that one unit down. So Guard can join there. There's some more Ballistas. These archers can move up to Goblin Town so they can be trained. And those are 2 ballista we can use. So 2 more ballista we can use. That's 4 more ballista. We'll have 1 join this army. Yeah, we'll have to just move the ballista out and move it back in. Now that's 3 units of ballista here. So most of these units have been retrained. We can take out the Scourge Raiders. Those Gundabad Guard are going to join with more Holts, so that unit of Scourge Raiders can go for them. And maybe another one for the Cave Trolls. Yeah, if we can replace Scourge Raiders with Gundabad Guard, that's a must do. That's a definite buff. Got more Marauders here we can send down. Yeah, at this point in the campaign, it's just a lot of strategizing what to do next. Can move these Rudar units as well. They could be useful once we've beaten down Khazad-dûm. So once we have at least one of these armies ready, we'll go to attack Khazad-dûm West. We cannot wait long either, because the dwarves will very quickly grow in strength. With one region, they could house 3 full stacks and still be one of the wealthiest nations in the game. With 2 regions, I hate to say it, but they're nigh unstoppable. Especially when both regions are Khazad-dûm. Dwarves, what do you want? Nothing good. I'm trying to bribe Mengelin. Lorne, you're trying to bribe Fengberg. Okay, it's been established that the Elves of Lothlorien are currently not bothered with us. They're more bothered with the orcs that are still on their southern border, no matter how weak they are. The dwarves of Erebor just trounced them. They didn't stand a chance. That's the thing with Erebor. If you give them time to grow, they're just unstoppable. Dale is mainly the thing that holds them back. That's a thing to be noted. Oh, Lorne's sending spies against us now. That does not bode well. But Khandu has the Boar Breeder. Some more Snow Trolls while we're at it. Get the Beast Training Ground. I want more Trolls. Shadoon. You can do the same. Actually, no, you can't. I want you to build something else first. The Slave Quarters. Dainsworth has the Drill Square. Get some Witch Realm units. And you're getting the Orc Armory. Zakala, get the Hillman Barracks, so you can start training elite Hillman. For the day when I want to show off Morholt housing an entire army on his own. And there we go, Dane's Halls has a rather decent garrison. For when that dreadful day comes. Now, can we get rid of these here? No, we cannot. Still cannot yet. The Marauders and Platinum merge, even though they're not going to move. Might as well have them together. Train the Wargs. I would say make more Hillmen, but I think we have enough prepared at Fenberg for if something big happens. Or a new war comes out of nowhere. What I was going to say again. Yep. 1 unit of Scourge Raiders. Go up to Goblin Town. So that Ugrad could merge with Morholt. We don't need any more Ballista, I'm very certain. But I did say we could just get rid of another unit of Scourge Raiders. before a ballista unit. Then move Morholt up to meet with them, and have them meet with Agendaur. Now, Agendaur's army is always strong. It is strong. That's how strong it is. But with the units that are now coming down here, that will complete his army. However, I would rather have these cavalry merge with Agendaur before. Well, just as a repercussion, because the Guardians are good, but there's always need for some kind of cavalry units. So Morholt's almost ready. He'll be ready once we have Ugrad merge with him. Gurn is still standing there, waiting patiently. But that's not where we'll be sending Morholt to. Yeah, Erebors scare me. They really do scare me right now. They just scare me all the time. The Dwarves of the Blue Mountains, I find, are probably the easiest of the 3 Dwarven nations to beat. That's mainly because I somehow managed to do it as in an Angmar campaign of long ago now. About a year ago, maybe year and a half ago. It was before version 1, I think. So yeah, that ages ago. But Khazad-dûm takes the cake. But although if you do have strong armies that can defeat the expeditionists that come back to defend the region they lost, it's kind of worth it. Because Khazad-dûm is the place to make money. No one can deny that. Oh no, they've moved up. Oh no, they're coming for us now. Scourge Raiders there. Then the Gundabad Guard. Then the Warg Riders. Then the Cave Trolls. And then the Ballista. You're not coming past us, Gurn. We have another general. Oh look, it's what's his name? One of the orcs that died during the Hobbit. So Athrog, move to Raketberg. Snow Trolls, move out. Cavalry, move out. Zagkala, keep retraining. If we could take Khazad-dûm West before the dwarves can dwarven the place up too quickly, then that's a massive buff for us. Because that place is going, because Khazad-dûm West is going to be exactly the same as Zagkala and Goblin Town were to us. Massive sites of economic and military worth. With still high in our that will still be high in our culture. Margaz, I need you to put you somewhere. Benberg needs a general. You can go down there. Oh no, they don't. They've got Skog. Meifelberg needs a general. Go to Meifelberg. Bayon's horse could use a general to protect them. Well, not a general, an army to protect them. Come on, go away. Prepare the camp guard. Oh, they've also got these units here.
Get ready for fighting.
Okay, we've got move more units back into Goblin Town. I actually want these archers because once I can fully retrain them, I'll pop them back into Zagkala. When defending a region, archers are almost always invaluable. I'm moving one pip further. Here we go. Khazad-dûm's going to hate us, and they're coming to attack us. But if we somehow manage to win this, if we win, it is a massive thing for our faction. Because that's one of the massive armies that the dwarves were able to muster.
We have a word for you.
On 160 gold. Okay, I guess you're going to attack me anyway, though.
Yep.
Yep. So why? Why make me pay 160, which I'm fine with paying, if you're still going to attack me? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Here we go. Just in case it breaks. Part 28. The war with Khazad-dûm begins. 153 turns in and they finally come to attack us. A thicket of spears were pointed towards the strangers, and some of the horsemen had bows in hand and their arrows were already fitted to the string. Is this image again? I'll see if I can find more things to... the waiting screen images. Now then, they are going to be ruthless. They have archers that are pretty decent for dwarf. Actually, no, they're travellers. So I'm just going to keep speaking and pretending like I know what I'm going to say before it starts sinking in that I have no idea how I'm going to win this. I'm literally starting to shake a bit because I'm actually scared of what I need to do. The last time I really fought the dwarves of Khazad-dûm was in a Dunedain campaign, and they just literally came out of nowhere, attacked Cameth Bryn. Somehow I survived. I want to hold the corner, but I need the hill advantage, so we may have to move up a bit. They're going to come straight for us. They already know they're stronger than us. But hey, we conquered all of the Misty Mountains on our own. We stood against we stood against Anduin and succeeded. This will be no different. We are Angmar. We are the Iron Crown. And we will not falter in these odds. We will find victory. And with 60 cave trolls, we should stand a chance. Kill off their general as quick as possible. Kill off the dragon slayers as quick as possible, and try not to be try to not be awed by the beauty of these dwarven units, because when they get armor upgrades they look so beautiful. Look at that. Look at those guys there, the Erebor infantry. And the dragon slayers. We're in for a hell of a battle today. But if anything, this is just practice for when we have to fight Erebor. That's all I can really say this is. Practice for Erebor. They've got to attack us, because they came to us in the first place. I know the range of those travellers, and I can tell you now that it's the same range as Morholt. Yeah, you say you're firing, but you're not really convincing me. You're not... There you go. That convinced me. Right into those sentries. To have early game pikemen make those Khazad units so valuable. Dragon Slayers are in range. You focus them with all your firepower. You hear me? Why tell me you're in range if you can't actually shoot them though? Why? Okay, okay. Breathe. We have the Gundamad Guard. We have Scourge Raiders. We have Morholt. We can win this. Wild Riders move far, far away. Once their infantry moves in, aim for their archers, because they are so weak to charge. Keep Morholt and Drangu where they are. They have no reason to move anywhere else. Dwarves are not known for their flanking tactics. They're known for their walk in and win tactics. But they're using their basic infantry, their early tier units, against my elite infantry and siege equipment. Oh yes, I want to see those dragon slayers burn. Make it so. Oh, and their Zenith Guard. I want to see them burn too. Although that's not so much of a priority. Okay, they've got their dwarven labourers to the side. I'll charge them. The weakest dwarven unit that exists. I'll bring them down without even thinking about it. They're focusing their firepower upon their archer fire upon our siege crews. That's already mistake number one. Because well, actually, yeah, it's mistake number one. They should always try and focus down the infantry, especially heavy infantry. That has no way of fighting back. Have one unit of trolls deal with those Khazad volunteers. Another deal with those labourers. Oh, no, no, no. Stop, stop, stop. Those are the dragon slayers. Okay, focus firepower now on those Zenith Guard. Focus all your firepower, all three of you, on the Zenith Guard. Yeah, because that just went straight through my Scourge Rays and didn't even hit the Dragon Slayers. And the 3 Cave Troll units. Try and position around these sentries. No, we don't want them charging the sentries, because pikemen ruin infantry, and the Cave Trolls are infantry. Let's have the Cave Trolls just fight the volunteers. Oh, the Zenith Guard. Oh no, they're already charged in, okay. You guys move for the Dragon Slayers. Well, you two move out now. Now, 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 now. Move, 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 move. Come on. Faster, faster, faster. Wild Riders out. You should charge into those labourers. You guys are going to become meat for the sentries. I need you to just bear with me on that thought. Damn it, they're not on guard mode. Nothing's on guard mode. I'm messing up so much right now. Never put them on auto fire. No, 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 no. Do not do that. Fire at the sentries. Okay, we're beating down the Dragon Slayers. More Hulk shooting at something. Okay, shooting to the backs of Khazad volunteers. Perfect. As long as we keep sentries away from our trolls, the better they'll be. And then charge into the backs of those the dwarven travellers. Don't fear the pikemen. Let the ballista deal with them. And have a few more units focus on the more heavily armoured. Oh, so much strategy in so little time. We've already killed 31% of them, but we've also lost 12. About 2% of that was from probably from our own guys as well. Sad part. Oh, that's already where we're going to start losing more trolls. They're being distracted. But we've got a nice good charge against those dwarven travellers. Move them out before they get ballistas bolts into their skulls. Charge to the backs of those airborne infantry, my Scourge Raiders. Yeah, this unit that was fine. Oh, no, that's the Khazad Volunteers, okay. Okay, if we can get the sentries wrapped up somewhere else, that's good. Dragon Slayer's down to 43. Oh, we're taking casualties now, though. One unit's almost dead. Those Zenith Guard just don't like to die. They just don't like to die. Charge back into the Travellers. Shoot the sentries. Shoot the sentries. I was gonna make it sound like the Catch the Pigeons theme team, but no. All the balance of power is slowly going in our favour as half of them are dead. Should have used that a while ago. Forgot we had more Hulk here on his own.
Half the enemy force remains.
Yep, only half of them remain, and we still have 26%, 74% left. Our unit of Zenith Guard are almost completely obliterated. Good. Oh, our trolls are getting battered over here, though. That's one unit of trolls gone. Well, those Dragon Slayers are almost all gone. There's 19 Zenith Guard. Go charge them, my 8 Cave Trolls. Rog Riders move out. I saw those sentries. I didn't react fast enough. We lost a lot of those into that combat. Because, yeah, not trolls, dwarves are just naturally resilient and naturally just good fighters. You just cannot underestimate them for a second. And they're still fighting with such zeal. The Zenith Goddess don't die. That's those Dragon Slayers, though. We brought them down, each and every one of them. Last time we'll ever see them with Khazad-dûm. That's a one-off unit. And it is gone forever. Charge again into the Travellers. Now both units into one. Got them on the ropes now. Losing 32%, they've lost 73%. Yeah, this was only against their early tier, though. Just wait till we fight against the elites, and we have to fight against the fight against units we can't actually beat without things like Ballista. This was a one-off. We will not get this chance again to fight just weaker units. Have Drangu there. I can't see where he could be useful right now. The Zenith Guard reduced to 3. Charge into the Khazad Volunteers. I'm about to lose another unit of Cave Trolls. We did. About to lose another as well. Let's move those 11 in to help them out. Try focusing on the Zenith Guard, even though I've clicked on them 50 bloody times. They still fight though, not even consider. Oh no, now they're considering routing. That's only after a very long battle, of which they finally noticing they're losing. Yeah, these casualties are noted. We can only hope we heal a lot of these. It's the same with Anduin. Whenever we fight and lose a lot of things like trolls and elites, the only thing we can hope is that we killed enough of them, or that we heal enough to come back from this. This was only one army. However, this could also trigger war with Imladris, the Dunedain, and as any of my allies. Because Khazad-dûm has no allies. All they had was the orcs until this point. But they no longer exist. And the worst thing is, because Khazad-dûm normally is either so overwhelmingly strong and holds control over so many regions, or has a very few amount of regions, you never can kill them by retrocide. They'll always have a family member somewhere, normally in Khazad-dûm East. Keep charging into them. That was a mistake. Okay, charging the units that are actually routing. Not the units that are just retreating. Like Lord Gurn. Wait, they have another... They still have another general here. Do not let that one Zenith Guard escape. Do not let him escape. Yeah, they're just retreating. They can't win this fight, so they decided to act like cowards and retreat. Even though I'm fairly certain the Zenith Guard are meant to be... Let's just pause it so we can actually see the dwarf. Their morale is locked. Fairly certain. Look around so we can actually see. Where are they? Where is he? Come on. Playing a game of Where's Wally? Where's the Zenith Guard? No, I'm never going to find him. Okay, we killed Balrim. But Gurn escaped. Gurn managed to escape. However, this victory, more importantly, was ours. We lost only 494, but they lost 2,372. That's probably the best we're ever going to get fighting these guys. Lose 111 Scourge Rays, healed 35, 78, 11, 12, 21, 26, 13, 14, 4, 16, 4. We'll get to the Cave Trolls now. One unit we healed 4, so they're coming back. One unit only lost 2. One of them is completely gone. They're dead. Another one only lost 3, and another one only lost 7. So it wasn't all bad. You hold out your hand to me and I perceive only a finger of the claw of Mordor, cruel and cold. Well, that was exciting, and that's only a fraction of the fun I'm going to get when I get smashed by Balin and everything else that he has. Like I said, that was only the early tier. That's only the early tier of Dwarven infantry. And they did that much to Scourge Raiders, our middle tier units. That's scary. Yep, there's another army already coming up. And Lauren's going to do exactly the same thing to us. What?
Cannot thank you until we meet again.
Yep. Elves of Lothlorien are going to come to attack us next. I can feel it. If they want us to give them money, or they'll attack us, then that just says they're going to attack us regardless. I should probably get my diplomat down there to try and get an alliance with them. Bradley Settlement should be ours, and you expect me to try and buy it from them. Are you high? Are you actually high? So the first thing you want me to do when doing this is one, make peace with the Khazad-dûm who have already started war with us last turn. 2, you want us to be able to pay for Khazad-dûm West. And 3, you expect me to hold that for only 1,000, when I'm going to be paying like 100 million just to try and get it from them. Hell no. That's all I'm going to say to that request. Hell no. I will take it by force and no one will stop me, regardless of what you think. Diplomacy will not work with these dwarves. Only one thing they understand. And that is bloody war. Wait, how do they have that? They can't recruit merchant cavalry unless... What? What? In the name of what? If someone can tell me how they got this merchant, where and how they got this merchant cavalry, please tell me, because there are no region where there'd be any merchant units of Brie. They're nowhere near Brie. 2, the only time I've ever seen them get a lot of merchant cavalry is when you sell Khazad-dûm West to them. They couldn't drive Khazad-dûm West away from the rebels. That's impossible. That is an impossibility. I'm so lost.
What is it you wish to discuss?
And you didn't want an alliance either. Why?
Farewell then.
Oh well, I don't care about you anyway. If you elves come for me, you expect death.
No sleeping here. No sleeping here.
Yeah, we're gonna need those Scourge Raiders again.
Go. Get ready for fighting.
Morholt, I'm gonna ask you to just sit there for now. Zogrom, move back up. We need to...
Stay right there.
No, actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. Go back there. Okay, just deep breathing and try and understand what the hell just happened.
Get ready for fighting. Pick your feet up.
So Khazad-dûm's now at war with us. That bit is obvious.
Speak to our dignity.
Imlodges will not be happy about that, and they will want to go to war with Khazad-dûm as well, which could buy me some time on my western border. It can very much do that. But we need to consider how long can that actually last. And my calculations is not very long. Not long enough. Is my current opinion on this. Mengelin. 1 turn away. Okay, we'll end the turn one more time just so I can start making some just so I can begin the recruitment of Barrow Whites, so I don't forget for the next episode, because I will forget. And we'll call it an end there. This is more of an extra long video, but mainly it's just a thank you for all those that have been subscribing to my channel. I know it's currently very, very small, and every subscriber to me counts a lot. It really does. Because I mean, at 28 subscribers, at about 7 to 8 months into doing all these recordings, I thank all of you for supporting my channel, just watching my videos, helping me slowly build up. I hope in the future I can do more things when we hit certain subscriber goals. The first thing I was thinking of, at 100, I do a face reveal. I know it seems corny and all that, but if you guys do want to see that kind of thing, and you're not currently subscribed, just please subscribe. I have on most of my videos, at the very beginning, just a at the very end, just showing like the videos, and then the middle is the subscribe button. If you just want to click that and subscribe to the channel, you can get pop-ups for future videos when they come up. I normally do them at about, so they come out about 11, 12ish most days. Obviously that can alternate depending on current schedule. But yeah, I do thank you guys a lot for supporting this channel. I am trying my best to try and build this up. while also still at the same time trying to. I'm still looking for an actual job, because obviously you can't run a channel at 28 subscribers and say that's a job. As hilarious as that would be to me to try and do, I cannot do that. I do thank all of you, and if you do want to help support the channel more, just subscribe, and you'll get most likely a daily pop-up just of when I'm recording a video. But yep, that'll be the end of this video. I do hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Farewell.